Yeah, that's going to be fine towing caravans, no problem. And let me just see if I can get 17.5 miles per gallon at the minute, and that's been on a motorway run doing a sensible sort of journey. But there's method to my madness. There is method to my madness, so keep on watching. We're going to show you around this Ford. I nearly call it a Ford F150 Raptor then. It's the Ford Ranger Raptor. It's a 3-litre petrol, just under 300 brake horsepower basically, so it shifts. So many different features, some really, really good features, and it drives absolutely amazing. Now let's have a proper look around it and see why we've gone for this. Now, I've always been a massive fan of the Ford F150 and the Ford, well, pretty much all the Ford F150s. We've got an old Ford F150, a proper big American V8. This is the 3-litre V6, producing just under 300 brake horsepower in the UK, and it is a beast. It is huge. The looks on this are fantastic. We're going to be using this for towing, and we've found that, I don't know how to put it. Yeah, there's a massive problem with it. There is a huge problem which we're going to come to. First, one of the problems is we're going to have to get the tow ball actually dropped, I believe, for towing. We're set up for 13-pin electrics. Something that's really, really cool in the back bed on this. So again, nice bit of storage. We've got 12-volt adapter there, so if we want to plug in something for power. But look at that, we've even got a 400-watt 230-volt socket. So we've done a couple of videos that pop up now on little power banks and what have you. So we can actually plug our power bank in and charge that while we're doing things. There's another 230-volt socket in the cab. So just in the back section here. And again, there's loads of room in these back seats. We need to get some carpets, don't we? Some mat protectors down here. So we've got another 230-volt outlet there. So a proper 3-pin plug socket. Again, 400-watt maximum. We've got 2 USB. We've got a USB-C and a standard USB socket in there as well. Nice amount of room in the back. So I'm not massive. I'm not a big person, but loads of room. And then let's just have a look at some of the features on this. Why we decided to go for this. Yeah, 17 miles per gallon, 18 miles per gallon. But with the difference in price between petrol and diesel, it's probably more about 25 to 30 miles per gallon what a diesel would need to do for doing the same sort of miles per gallon.
So you don't need any AdBlue.
No, don't have to put AdBlue in it as well. So again, that's a bit of a nightmare. Got this massive screen, which we can we've got analog buttons, but we can also use it as a touch screen. I've paired up my phone already with the Apple and Android. Obviously it's an Android, but it works with Apple as well. We've got a cool phone charger here, so wireless phone charging. If your phone does wireless phone charging, a really good place for it there, and just loads of storage. We've got 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. We've basically swapped from a couple of year old Discovery, so something that is nice, refined, really practical, and we wanted something with a bit of fun. If you're going for a truck, you want it to be a nice ride, but you want it to be a bit of fun as well. So let's just have a look at some of the fun stuff on this. So we have got exhaust notes, so we can actually swap the exhaust mode. So we can go to a normal, which quietens it right down. We can go to the sport, and then we've got the Baja version as well. Quiet, so that really quietens the exhaust down. So if you're going through a neighbourhood and you need it to be nice and quiet and not making too much, we have got that option. And you'll just, I don't know whether you'll have picked that up there, it just changes the tone a little bit like the Range Rover SVR. So we can have a bit of fun with that. But then we've also got our dampers. So we've got our normal suspension, we've got then our sport suspension, and again we've got our off-road Baja sort of suspension mode, and we can then do the same with our steering. So we've got our normal mode, we've got our comfort mode, and then we've got our sport mode as well. So quite a lot of different modes on there just for different driving experiences. And our first drive on this, we didn't actually drive one of these before we purchased it.
No one had got one, had they?
Nobody had got one to actually test drive it, so it was just let's just go for it. Let's just jump in the deep end. And but what an absolute incredible ride! A lot better than the standard Ranger. So even if you want to try and figure out what this drives like, and you can't test drive one, the standard Ranger is nowhere near as comfortable on this. Just in the normal and even in sports mode, the ride on this is very, very car-like. It really drives really nicely. Obviously we've got our standard four-wheel drive high, low, so we've got our different settings. We've not tried this out yet, but from what I've seen with the off-road capabilities of this, it looks absolutely amazing. 2 cup holders. We've got nice little features on the dash, so loads of storage on the sides here. And then just have a look at the actual seats. We've got the Bang & Olufsen stereo system. Have a look at the seats. So we've got the Raptor emblem in here, and then these were actually taken from an aeroplane. I can't remember what aeroplane it was now, but it was basically designed around a fighter jet. Really, really comfortable seats. They're all electric. They're heated. Steering wheels heated. We've got adaptive cruise. We've got lane assist. So we've got all the tech and all the features that sort of we've got. Probably actually a little bit more than what our Discovery was top of the range. So for a pickup truck, it's fully loaded. There isn't any extras that you can sort of put on here, except for some crappy little graphics on the back, which looked a bit naff in all honesty. So yeah, we're going to do a bit more of an in-depth review once we've given it a going through. One big issue, we've bought this as a tow car, and it's pretty much the same with all vehicles. You really need to run it in for at least 1,000 miles before you start towing. So that is going to be something that we're going to need to do. We're going to have to rack up about 1,000 miles. So considering we've bought it for a tow car, we can't actually use it for a tow car yet. So that is our major issue. But other than that, and again, that's the same with anything really. If we were to have bought a new Discovery, a new Defender, any new pickup truck, you need to run it in before you tow it. So that's something that we're going to be doing. Got our blind spot monitoring, which I almost forgot.
Right, yeah, it's on the
So again, yeah, so it's got everything. Parking sensors, 360 camera.
It's even got a tow hitch camera, hasn't it?
Yeah, so there's different settings on the camera at the back, so that you can then swap it straight onto the tow hitch for when we actually start towing with this. As I say, not just yet, but that is something that we're going to use this for. So hopefully you've liked our little review, sort of first look at the Ford Ranger Raptor. As we do more, as we figure out more features, because I'm sure there's already things from when we first looked at it, there's already more things that we're sort of finding on this, and it's just a bit exciting and a bit sort of mayhem at the moment with just trying to get used to it. But we will update you with more as we use it, as we start towing with it, see what it actually tows like, see what the miles per gallon are when we're towing, because that might be a little bit scary. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, drop us a comment if you think we're crazy for going for this for our new tow car. But hopefully it'll all make sense in the end. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.